It's Monday. It's Mark Pires.
I was walking down the road today.
And this is the longest running show on the planet. 1,533 days in a row. This is Mark Inspires. And we're going to do something tonight, hopefully to inspire you to something great tomorrow, later today, whatever. Just your moment has to be better than it's been. And I don't know, maybe it's been great, but if it hasn't been, we're going to help you elevate. That's what we do here. We're working on so many things, I don't even know where to start. But I hope you guys will stick around while we touch on a few things tonight. First and foremost, we do have a news story we're going to kind of get into here with Mexico. You know, Mexico's a great country, but I always figured it to be a pretty dangerous country. President's come out, Obrador, he says it's safer in Mexico than it is in the United States. Do you guys agree with that? I want to see what you think. We're going to talk about that for a little while. I'll read the story, and we'll just kind of, get a little back and forth on it. Because that's what we do here. This is an open conversation forum, okay? Longest running show on earth. I may have an opinion from time to time, but that doesn't mean that you can't have your own. And it also doesn't mean that you have to chastise somebody for having an opinion different than yours. Let's see if we could come together and allow each other to breathe, allow each other to speak freely. And that to me is magical. Is when you could say how you feel, and then everybody's happy because they've expressed themselves. So that's what this show has been, 1,533 days in a row of expression. We have 7 working on 8 feature films. Back to the Future Mark is basically done, guys. I have an edit up, and I see a lot I have to clean up, which I'm working on right now. But I have a full edit ready. It's an hour and 8 minutes. It's my 8th feature film, and I may add a few more scenes. I'm still not sure, but I'm really excited about where it's going. Thank you so much for sending the likes over there on TikTok. Guys, the more you hit the screen, the more people are going to come and join us here. This is the longest running show on earth. How about some smacking of the freaking screen for that alone? Wow, guys, you come down. It's a good time. Of course, 1,533 days. You're there. You're doing it. Of course you're doing it. Having a good time with Owen Wilson. We'll go down and do Zoolander. Guys, we got freaking Zoolander in the house, right? Sometimes you get a little Owen Wilson with Christopher Walken together at the same time. Okay, I told you. Just tell me one thing. Now freaking Scarface is here? What are we talking about? We do a little bit of everything here. Maldives in the house. I see we have liberty and freedom. And S-Coop, of course, is kicking it here with Barella, Wharton Thistle. And on TikTok, we have a bunch of family friends. I'm hoping you guys will join us on YouTube. That's where we need to build it out. We're trying to get the world together here every night at 10 o'clock because you know what? There's too much negativity out there. We build you up with love and light every single day. 196 songs on iTunes. New album comes out next week. This is one of my...
Something to die for. Yeah. Something to live for.
Guys, this is when we get a woohoo from the man, the myth, the legend, Zabrosk. Woohoo! Right? I saw that. Barella said man, the myth, the legend. Should we throw it over there to Zabrosk? He gets the man, the myth, the legend for tonight. How's everybody doing out there? Barella, thank you, my friend. Good to see you. Trish Killian in the house. Guys, oh my goodness. I kind of want to show you the intro to Back to the Future, Mark, but we'll get to that maybe in a little while. Let's read this story. Let's see what the heck's going on in the real world. I read something. I think S-Coop said something, but it flashed, and I'm trying to get into the show, so I didn't get a chance to read it. But we talked about yesterday how the SBV, or whatever it's called, the Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, they shuttered, and someone sent a picture of Forbes talking about how they're like one of the best banks out there just a couple months ago. And, it gets me thinking, this is obviously like the intention is for everything to fall apart. And we've been talking about that for a while. I did a few stories in that a while back, how they're going to try to push towards a currency that they can control, a central currency. And I think that that was what the gist of the note that I saw from S-Coop was. And I started thinking to myself, oh, gosh, my heart sunk. I was like, is this the moment? Is this the moment that that's taking place? Because, you know, Sig Sauer has been talking about that since freaking 2 years, 3 years ago. Sig Sauer told me, this is what's going on. Get your cash out, put it into X, put it into Y, but don't keep it in the banks. And I was like, you know, look, I'm all for conspiracies. I really am. As you guys know, I think anything that you have real questions about that they want to keep you from talking about is something that's really going on. Other stuff is a little out there. But the things that they keep you from talking about, that's when you know you're dead on. You know, and we know a few of those, especially after the last 3 years with Dr. Weasel Fraudgy. And we're here just trying to, you know, have conversations. They're canceling people. Check out the next episode of the Trump Files, which is coming out Thursday at 5 p.m. It's the Dr. Evil episode, guys. You don't want to miss this one. And it's Dr. Evil, Vladimir Putin, George Soros. Who else? Trump, obviously. He's commentating. But Dr. Evil, Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, they're all in this episode. And it's the funniest episode in the world because it's true. It all came out to be exactly true. I created it in April of 2020. Every single thing I said in jest as a satire, which they literally kept from everybody. When they saw this stuff, they took the whole world out of my freaking perspective. Nobody's able to find my show. From then on, you know, 1,533 days in a row of creating, constantly going live every day, and nobody could ever find me live or see anything I ever create. 8 feature films, 196 songs on iTunes and Spotify. We put out albums all the time. I write songs every freaking night. We inspire in the moment and try to connect you to something that is not derived in division. And I think that is powerful, and they're afraid of that. But what they were mostly afraid of is when I created the Trump Files, or which was originally the Donald Trump show. That's what really scared them, is when the truth was being delivered to the world through, you know, satire. And again, they were kept from you, and you can go see any of those episodes now. They have 50 views, 10,800 subscribers. Everything from that point on got 30 to 50 views to my 10,000 plus subscribers. Can't break through to get anything to be seen. And there's some great stuff, guys. Stream of consciousness comedies, full feature films. If I could freaking find that when I wasn't creating it myself, I would be watching it all the time. But nobody else does it. And so we have it. Nobody can find it. But besides that, so we are sitting there creating something that is true, based in comedy. I didn't think that would be pulled. Satire was always appreciated. Political satire was always appreciated until 2018. And then all of a sudden, anything that made the piece of crap sleep sofa that falls asleep while he freaking poops his triple diaper and then like walks around, you know, paths and, you know, shuts down Keystone pipelines the first day in office. Like anything he could do to destroy America has been happening the last 2.5, 3 years. And anybody who tried to sound the alarm bells before, 36 episodes of the Trump show, the Trump Files, now it's coming out as a feature film because of them. You know what I mean? You keep my content. Here's the craziest thing, guys. It pisses me off more than anything. I put up the episode of President G-Hole. Yeah, that's the nickname I came up with. He's not President G. He's a freaking G-Hole. President G-Hole episode 11, which is freaking hilarious. It's Trump talking to the G-Hole, but the G-Hole speaking Chinese. I don't even know what he's saying in Chinese. And neither does Trump. That's what makes the freaking thing hilarious. And so he's going, he's saying something in Trump. And Trump's like, are you kidding? What are you saying? Are you trying to talk crap to the Trumper? And so they're having this back and forth, Chinese and English, back and forth. It's crazy. The U.S. needs its own TikTok. You're right. Yeah, because I think what happened here is they took 3 of those pieces, which they're a minute long, is a 4-minute episode. They took 3 of them and they pulled them off. They called them like, I don't know, some sort of stupid community guidelines issue. And so I appealed them and all 3 of them were freaking pulled off. You can never see them again. It's comedy. What the fuck is wrong with you, TikTok? You guys pull down comedy all the time. You guys are the worst. I mean, I had my first channel canceled because I said someone's name. What kind of shit is that? You know? It's unfreaking real. And you know, when you continue to create, when you're a creator and then you start questioning what you create, because they're going to freaking pull me off. They're going to cancel me again. I got a freaking warning already on this channel, 18,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok. They're going to cancel me on that one too. But to start over from scratch again. because they can't handle the news or comedy. I don't swear, except I just said, but I don't even swear in this stuff. It's satire. It's Trump ripping on freaking President G-hole, and they pull it. And they 3 freaking pieces of content, which means I'm on freaking death's door with this channel. That's a bunch of crap. Why? For comedy? I just can't stand the censorship anymore. It's like, come on, man. Let people that are creative be creative. Don't tell people what they can create when you have no creativity yourself. I fucking hate it. It pisses me off. I'm dealing with people out there making decisions that have zero creativity on what can be created. That's the thing that really bothers me most. They pick and choose what can be created. And then the stuff that they really love, the stuff that continues to bolster their BS lies, they put in your face all day long. And I could never be the guy. It's like, okay, I'm just going to tell you the lies so I can get the crowd. Screw it. I'll deal with 4. I'll deal with 9, I guess, the rest of my life. Because I can't lie to you. And that's the thing I think that hurts me most is like I continue to say how I feel. And we're in a world where when you do that, they freaking cancel you. Just don't know how any way else to be. What am I supposed to do? Stop being myself? Because that's what the man wants? The man is clearly evil. The man, the collective man, it comes from a place of destruction, division, and all seeking power. There's nothing else besides that. They want control. They want power. And anybody else that threatens that, anybody else that shines a light on the truth that they are so afraid of you knowing about, they will throw into a hole and throw dirt on top of. You'll never find that person. Oh, they stream every day, 1,533 days in a row? Good freaking luck finding them again if you don't follow them now. And even if you do, if you don't remember my name, good luck finding me in a week when they cancel me here or when freaking YouTube decides to continue to shut off the tap. Oh, what was his name again? Mark Inspires? Yeah. It's baffling when you create this much and nobody can even see it enough to decide if they like it or not. Oh, I got to see it for 30 seconds, and then I lost the channel. I followed it, and then I could never find it again. Oh, yeah, they unfollow people that follow me, too, just so you know. This is the difference between me and people like a guy called Cobra and Joe Rogan and people who are outspoken. They already got the crowd. They found me before the crowd could find me, and they threw me in a freaking dungeon. And they're like, one day he'll quit. Well, I've been freaking here 4+ years, every single day, an hour plus every day. Is this the first time you ever see me? TikTok? Baffling. I've said it and I'll say it again. If I see any of my content gets 1 million views, like really, a piece of content, not a 30-second freaking news story on TikTok. Someone finds one of my movies, one of my songs, something, and we see 1 million views, and I don't see any more people showing up when I'm here live every night, I'll quit. Because the world's then seeing me, and they said, he sucks. I don't like it. But when no one could freaking see it, and I'm just here creating every day, content the world should be absorbing, and content they should be sharing, they just can't find it. That's my reality. I don't know what, I mean, it's once I see that enough of the world has had a chance to see it and they just don't like it, okay, then I'll quit. But right now I'm in a freaking echo chamber. And it's on everybody else who freaking watches the show. It's not on me because I can't do anything else. I am so freaking on their radar. It's going to take a grassroots movement for anybody to ever find me. My name is suppressed. That's why it's Mark Inspires now. My name is in there, but it's got to be Mark Inspires because Mark Pires is like, that guy did the Donald Trump show in 2019. He did Dr. Weasel Fraudgy. Nancy Pelosi. I created all of them. And when you're creating parodies about Mark Zuckerdick. They don't want you to see stuff like that. But I created it all. It's there. Miguel Obama's episode? Yeah. Episode 21 of The Trump Show? Go see that. That's, I think, in a couple weeks. Satire should be appreciated. It always was. And I think people still appreciate it. They just won't let you find it. So if you are interested, thank you so much, Rockman. I appreciate you. I don't intend to, but I got to say, it is the most frustrating thing in the world when you're the most consistent streamer on the planet and nobody could ever see what you do except for 15, 16 people that continue to show up and support you. And I love you guys. You guys are amazing. But it freaking sucks when your content is good enough for more than that and no one sees it. And I know it is. I just put out a Coca-Cola comedy. Some funny stuff there. Back to the Future Mark movie is probably one of the best movies I've ever done. A concept about a guy from the year 2769 that goes back in time and he's everybody you've ever known is the coolest freaking idea in the world. And I brought it to life and actually did it on green screen. And that's, to me, is like, okay, idea to life. And that's what this show is. Inspiration coming to life every day. Live creation. There is nothing, then there's something. There's no song, then we have a freaking full. Where the hell did that come from? Oh, I started with a riff, and then all of a sudden we had a freaking song. You can't stop the fire from burning low. No matter how you try, I'm gonna continue to go into the day, into the night, yeah. We're writing songs, making you laugh, yeah. It's the game, yeah. It's all the same. If you close your eyes, you're gonna feel the blame, yeah. Just take a little perspective, yeah. Cause you know it's all collective. If we can find a way to connect, then yeah, we're gonna rise above it every day. But that's why they keep you away from me, yeah. I don't know. The point is, we're doing it, you know? And I'm not gonna stop. You know, no matter what, it's just really frustrating. Like, I'm putting this movie together and I'm thinking to myself, why? Why am I putting out another freaking feature film and no one's going to see it? You know how hard it is to do a feature film? I'm going on my 8th feature film. No one's seen any of them. Supermark versus Batmark? Who wouldn't want to watch that? You know? Three's Company, The Breakup Artist, The freaking Wolf of Crypto. I was the one who created a movie about crypto rug pulls. January 1st, 2022, before the whole thing happened in June. That movie should have hundreds of thousands of views. It's hilarious. But, like I said, I don't think there's anything I can do to get YouTube to stop doing what they do to my channel. My channel is forever in some sort of like no-go zone where we won't send anybody new to this channel. We won't let anybody new watch anything on this channel. And here's the biggest one. He creates every day. He's live every day. We won't even let the people who subscribe to him know he's live or that he's put a piece of content out. And then if they go and search for him in their subscriber list, good luck. I don't even know. Maybe they even hide me. I don't know. But I could tell you, they don't tell people when I drop stuff. And that's just crappy on YouTube's part. Because I'm a creator. They can make money off of me. All they have to do is share it. There's content here that people will enjoy. And there's so much content, nobody can ever get through it on planet Earth. Over 3,000 pieces of content over 4 years. Some of the shows were 4, 5, 6 hours long, guys. Who the hell's going to go back and watch some of that fire? I'll tell you what, some of the best shows started, the show got insane at about 3 hours. Where all of a sudden from hour 3 to hour 4.5, we created a film or something nutty happened, a piece of comedy or a piece of music. So many of those songs were never cut. Because I went through about a year period where I was so busy with real estate. I kind of got to a point where I was just frustrated when nobody was seeing anything. So I stopped cutting songs. Every time I'd write stuff on daily, I'd leave it. And I just keep going. I was like, it was a great song last night, but whatever. And I just left him. And then at a certain point, I was like, maybe if I drop an album a month, people will get one of them through. For 13 months, I put out 13 albums, 13 songs in each album, 169 songs in 13 months, all written live here in the moment on the BeatSeat, the first drum for guitar players. It sounds like full band stuff, every single song. Freaking sounds like a drum kit to me. And the inspiration flows here. It really does. But occasionally you do have to look at the world for what it is. And it's a sad state of affairs when your opinion or being passionate about something other than what the mainstream wants you to believe will get you canceled. That's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. You know, we should be fighting for each other's freedom to speak. And instead they want to destroy it. They want to take it away from you. They want to cancel you for having an opinion. A mutual respect for each other's opinions is necessary, and it's almost illegal in 2023. It's sad, because that's all it would take for us to get over and through anything. We could have a conversation about it and say, you know what, I don't agree. Good luck. Have a great day. I told you guys about this one time I was at Home Depot and I started having a great conversation with someone. I thought he and I were on the same page. Then all of a sudden he hit me with like something like, yeah, I hope Trump goes to jail. He's the worst president ever. And I was like, what? And I was like, where did that come from? And I said, because I thought the way he was talking, I was like, this guy seems like he likes freedom and he likes the way the country's going right now. And so all of a sudden he said that and I was like, can I ask you, like, what do you think? And I was like, right now gas prices are like $2. You know, I was like, everybody's working, everybody's doing really well. I said, okay, you don't like mean tweets? Is that what your concern is? I said, because bottom line is this is an old school dude. You got to remember, you go into a place and you punch someone in the arm, there's a guy who will punch you back. Even if you punch and you say, well, you started it, I got you back. He goes, I don't care. I'm the last one to punch. That's Trump. Trump doesn't know how to not hit back. And that's just, he's not a freaking politician. That's why I wanted him in office. But the reality is, and this is the problem with the world today, everybody's too close to the lie. Nobody can step back long enough and realize what's actually going on. And what is going on? Okay, so let's just think about this. If you stood back 1,000 miles and looked at this freaking planet, you looked at the United States of America, and you said, okay, so the world is running like this. These people, the tyrannical, government, I would say, they literally do whatever they want. It's not we the people. It's the government does whatever the frig they want, and then we need to step in line, or else they will throw a match on you. They will cancel you in a minute. They control the media circus. And so you stand back about 1,000 miles and you look in and you say to yourself, wow, this is pretty bad. It really is like, I don't know, what is it like? A swamp? And so you get somebody who's brave enough to actually stand up in front of a camera and say, I'm coming for you, I'm gonna drain that friggin' swamp. Oh yeah, Pelosi and Joe Sleepy Poopy Pants and Obama, he's friends with frickin' Epstein, he went to the island, winning big league. So you got a Trumper comes out there and he says, I'm gonna take these people and get rid of them. I'm gonna clean up all of that in Washington, right? The sludge. Let me just ask you a question. And this is just kind of common sense. If you tell someone you're coming after them who's evil and powerful, do you think they just run away and they just let you take them out? Or would they, I don't know, just as an example, like preemptively strike by going after that person every single day, even before they step into the Oval Office? Oh, they're mentally unfit. Really? How did that person, how is he still so, I would say, sharp and with it every time he speaks to date? And we got a guy who can't even talk off a teleprompter. He poops in a triple diaper and he's destroying the country. So I'm just asking you, how come nobody's asking here? They say now he has a stutter. There's a stutter all of a sudden. Never had a stutter his entire life. We have all the footage. It's part of the Trump files. He didn't stutter at all, maybe a few times, but it wasn't like it wasn't a stutter. It was like his thoughts were coming together in the moment. We all do that. That's what this show is. Now he's got to stutter because he can't speak anymore. Look, it's a sad thing. I feel bad for this man. He should be home resting in his basement again. That's what he should be doing. And so you stand back and you say, okay, the world is being run into the ground by this country. Here's a guy who's not a politician. He's a businessman who's actually been very successful. Yeah, he's done a lot of freaking dirty things along the way because, you have to do that in order to be successful in that business. But he did it, whatever. Now he's here and he wants to try to make a difference. Gets into office, and from the freaking moment he gets the yes, he didn't win the election, it's illegal, they was stolen, that's fine. That's fine. When you start seeing video of dumps in the middle of the freaking night and lines going like this in freaking like Wisconsin, nope. You guys are conspiracy, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorists. Okay, whatever, fine, we are. You stand back and you start saying to yourself, okay, how do they accomplish this? Get rid of the guy who wants to get rid of you. How do you accomplish that? Well, we turn him into the enemy. We say he's a xenophobe and a bigot and an anti-Semite, which is one of the richest ones. His daughter converted to Judaism. His son-in-law is Jewish, like Hasidic or what is something. I don't know if he's Hasidic or Orthodox. He's Orthodox. And he's an anti-Semite, and then also brought the, embassy to Jerusalem. But yeah, he's an anti-Semite. So it's like the narrative was so bad. It was so bad if you just looked. If somebody wanted to do the research and just looked into the speeches instead of the little clips that were put in front of you, you would see a whole different storyline. Well, you'd see the truth, but they wouldn't allow you to see that. You'd even have to search for specific speeches. Like I'd see a clip and I'm like, geez, that's not good. I can't believe he said that. And then you go back and you watch the full clip and I'm like, holy cow, they cut out right after he said that. And when he explained what that meant, what that thing was, they just hit you with that thing. Of course, my freaking camera goes out. They hit you with that thing. And then all of a sudden, they hit you with some sort of commentary about how evil it was and anti-Semite and all this weird stuff. And like I said, there are bad people out there. There are racist people out there. There are anti-Semitic people out there. There are rotten, evil people out there. Absolutely. But I can tell you 1,000% that the former president was not any of those things. He's a very outspoken person, didn't take crap from anybody. That's why he got to that spot in the Oval. You can't get there when you're not a politician unless you freaking fight. And unfortunately, he fought too much. And here's the thing. I want to just ask you guys a question. If he didn't fight at all, and he just let it happen, the freaking smearing of his character on a daily basis for 4 years, and he didn't fight back at all, would we be in any different of a position? Look at this. Rockman says that Europe loves him. Of course they love the Trumper in Europe. Up there with the big league. Up there with Melania when we go to Slovenia. Right with Barron. He can't fit into a normal plane anymore. They got to get a special plane. He's 9'7". But yeah, so the reality is the rest of the world sees him for what he really is. He was a strong leader. And the leaders of the world, he got along great with them. And there's a couple great videos where he doesn't take crap from any of the other world leaders. Like, okay, look, you guys, you need to pay your fair share. NATO, what are we talking about over here? We're delivering you that. You're pooping in a triple type. Oh, no, that's Joe. But he's doing it, And then you guys took him out and you put a guy in who's literally being run by somebody else. It's either the former guy, or just like a group of characters within the CIA, And I shouldn't say that too loud. It's partially a joke. But it's crazy. It's crazy that you have a scenario where they just really wanted to install a puppet in order to just do the Pinocchio, Geppetto thing in the background, And the outcome here is not anything that we want to talk about. It's like, what is the final does the final, I guess, like chapter look like of this? You know, you got banks that are supposed to be gold star rated, you know, going down, and all of a sudden the entire banking system today took a hit. And I'm like, man, and then you see this from S-Coop. I'm thinking, is this the beginning of the fall? You know, all of a sudden it's like Cold War Russia, people lining up for bread type of stuff, you know. The scary thing is, based on the way they treated us the last 3+ years, they wouldn't give a crap. They wouldn't give a crap at all what happened to us. Right now, we have an administration that cares more about Ukraine than they do their own people. And I'm not saying don't have a heart for people in Ukraine. I have a heart for the people of Ukraine, not for some installed government that was put in there by Obama and Biden, and now all of a sudden they're giving them all this money. Like, nobody wants to do math anymore, you know? It's frustrating. But like I said, these are just sometimes questions that need to be asked. And why can't we be in a society where it's okay to ask questions? Where all of a sudden, he asked the question we don't want asked. We can't give that answer. Take him off the air. Don't let anybody find that channel. Don't let them see that question. It's like, come on, man. Trying to hide the world from the truth only makes you out to be a creep. And like, when you think back, this is a question I want to ask you guys. This is a serious question. Every single doctor, every scientist over the last 3 years that pushed a narrative on you that you needed to do something because it was good and because it was totally safe and effective and it was tested, right, fully, and it would work, those people should all be canceled now. Like they canceled all the people that told you the truth. What are we Why would anybody go to any of those friggin' doctors that told you what you were doing was good? What are we at, 6, 7? None of them worked? Like, Joanne, how many are you up to? She's got a humongocarditis. Humongo. You know? That's what happens when you trust science. PSYOP. You know, whatever. And I just don't know. I think it's a weird thing when like, I would make content that wouldn't even opine. I would just see someone collapsed at like 17 in a gym, and I'm like, what the I don't remember seeing anything like that before. Like, okay, occasionally, randomly, someone had a brain hemorrhage or something. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I remember something random like that. Oh, Toby Johnson had a brain hemorrhage while he was playing on the court. Like, man, that's messed up. But all of a sudden it has to do with something else, something that's somewhere in the middle of your chest cavity. Or around the area of your chest cavity. And so I wouldn't even opine, though. I would just say, geez, this is so sad. You know, Toby Johnson again. Not again, but Toby Johnson. This guy lost his life. 17? Are you kidding? What is going on out there? I wouldn't even say that, actually. I stopped even saying that. I would just say, geez, 17. That's so sad. Please send some love to this family. Please send some love to the family of this kid who lost his life. And that's it. That's all I'd say. Pulled down by TikTok. Pulled down. For what? And they'd say misinformation. And I'm like, what's the misinformation in telling you that someone died and send their family some love? There's no information given except for the truth of the matter, which is that someone died. And please send some love to their family. How can they pull that down? And they did it. 3 pieces of content, they did that on TikTok. And then again, they pulled the 3 G-hole pieces of content down. So I'm probably going to lose this TikTok channel. It's freaking crap. And all I'm doing is speaking truth and not swearing. I mean, this is like tonight. I've gotten there a few times, at least mouthing words, because it's frustrating. It really is when they really, really have you questioning what content you can create on TikTok. Like, before I record anything now, I'm like, is this going to get pulled? And they'll pull the most random stuff, guys. It's so crappy. And the weird thing about it is, why does anybody have that power? Why does a person without any creativity have the power on saying what someone else can create? I don't get that mentality. The social media creators, whoever creates these apps, let me just give you a piece of advice. You don't give anybody who has zero talent the ability to click a button that has that content taken off the air because it's not appropriate for people to hear. Who Who the hell's telling you what you can hear because it's dangerous for you to hear it? I don't get that. What the hell do they know? I watched freaking Poltergeist when I was 13 years old. That was maybe too early for it. Whatever. Are they going to cancel that because it was, scary? What? I don't understand. Someone got upset earlier because I did this thing about Elizabeth Warren. And I just jokingly said, Native American Senator Elizabeth Warren, said that they shouldn't be bailing out these banks. They should be, canceling these student loans. And I just simply have this problem because this is clearly a grab for votes for the 2024 election. Because what the frig do you do beyond this set of students you're trying to cancel debt for? This is what I can't stand about the political system. Everybody's an idiot. Nobody sees it for what it really is. These people don't care about your kids. They don't care about anybody. They care about getting back in office for 4 more years. How do I know that? Because they don't want to restructure the student loan system so now it's fair and equitable, or whatever they want to call it, for everybody going forward. They want to cancel the student debt for people right now who already got the freaking education, and they're out there making a living on that education. What about my kids in 5 years? What about your kids? Oh, screw that. They don't matter. It's these kids. We really got to get their student loans away, guys. So you don't want to fix the system, so they just do it to the next generation of kids. The same thing they did to the kids you're trying to cancel loans for. You piece of garbage politicians. What are we talking about here? I don't even get it. How does anybody even think that makes sense? Oh, you know who thinks it makes sense? The people who have student loans. Those are the people that think it makes sense. And you know what? I get it. You have student loans, but you got an education, and it's not even, the issue is so much larger than just canceling the loans of the people who have loans right now. You got to figure out how to make it fair for people going forward so they're not being charged some crazy rate. It's predatory. So fix the system and then work it backwards for everybody. Okay, so now going forward, this is going to be the new, Okay, so we're going to see all these people are screwed over like this. They go down here so we can balance out the way it's going to be going forward. But no, they don't do that. They just want to cancel for these freaking people here so they go and vote for them in a year. You don't think that's true? What else could it be? Why? How does this help anything? How does this help anything? It doesn't. It's another freaking line item, money coming out of our pockets. So this entire thing, everything's a money grab from us. Nobody remembers the government doesn't have any money. They don't have their own money. It's our money. Right? It's something that really, really burns me up, as you can tell. When you want people to use their common sense, you want the people that run our country to do the right thing for the people. You want people to have a chance to thrive. We had that a few years ago. Now it's like, good luck surviving. You want to thrive? Good luck freaking surviving the next 3 years, next 5 years, because of what this guy's doing, what he's done. Oh no, it's not him. He's doing a great job. Yeah, for Ukraine. He's doing a great job for Ukraine. You have to question. You have to ask more questions. Question everything, especially when they say you can't question it. Then you definitely start looking at it, and maybe you VPN it so they don't know you're looking. It's so messed up, and it's not like I'm alone thinking these things, It's like everybody's thinking it. They just don't want to say it. Everyone's afraid to say it because they'll get canceled. They're like, I don't want to get canceled like Mark too. Unbelievable, But look, you have to do you, all right? At the end of the day, I am here just trying to express myself about life, about the world we're living in. And hopefully you can appreciate that and say, you know what, I don't agree, or I do agree, but this is pretty cool that you did that you at least said how you felt. because now I at least know how you feel. Not that you freaking care, but like I said, this is just an opportunity for ideas, for feelings, and sometimes just venting to take place. And we all need to do that in our own way. Some people grab a phone and they yell at someone that way, or they grab a basketball and go dunk. Go to the batting cages and freaking smack a ball a bunch of times. Tennis court, hit the hell out of that. Go for a jog. Read a book is a weird one, I guess, but you can, maybe that would, no, I don't think so. Maybe rip the book. That may work, That's probably what I would do to get the aggression out. I'd take a freaking phone book. Rip it in one freaking pull, When you got diesel muscles because you were Marxist and you parted the Red Sea, doing it. Oh, thank you so much, D'Amelio. Please do me a favor and head over to the YouTube channel. That's where it all takes place. And that's where we've been doing it for 1,533 days in a row, speaking truth, writing songs about the truth. What is the truth? The truth is that there are souls out there that are beacons of light that are sent here in order for you to latch on and find something positive in a negative world. This show is that. My entire life, they called me Smiley. I just didn't know how to do anything except beam love and light at people. And when I was 7 years old, I got freaked out when I thought that what I would do one day would be massive. I didn't know what it was, but I thought it would be massive, and it scared me. And now I've been here 1,533 days in a row live. I don't know why the drive exists that I keep coming back every day when I'm so hardly suppressed, but I just keep showing up. And that vision or feeling I had when I'm 7 is eventually a reality. I just don't know. I can't control time. And that is a bit frightening, but I have to continue this mission of delivering a message of hope in a world that doesn't want it. Because the people in the world need it. And that's why I'll continue. So, I want to quickly play you something. Just as a, I don't know, little teaser. I'm not going to play you much. This is just going to be the intro. And maybe just a couple seconds into it so you can see how this puppy looks. But we are officially, basically, tomorrow or the next day, we would be able to, I guess, watch Back to the Future, Mark, the entire movie. But I think we're still going to do an April 1st thing and get you guys excited with just clips along the way. I hope you enjoy the intro. Here it is.
2769 back in court. I'm from the year 2769 back in court. Back in time. It's Back to the Future, Mark. Back to the Future, I'm going to tell you a few things about what I've seen before. And I can't tell you what's coming through every door. And I'm gonna try to guide you into the light. But it's up to you if you wanna get in line. If you wanna lead a leader, yeah, you still got time. I'm seeing the future, I'm trying to help you up out of the quicksand, yeah. It's Back to the Future, Mark.
You guys, huh? So yeah, you see where we are, right? I'm kind of glad that they sent the camera crew along for these missions when I go back in time, because you guys get to see the inside outs of like what I have to deal with. You know, you see that? I had to climb that. And don't forget, the first time I got up to the top, and God's like, here, you got to just, you know, take these 10 commandments. And I'm like, okay, where do you want me to write them? He goes, write them? Grab that freaking rock over there and start going. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, thou. You know how long thou shalt took? Just for the first thou shalt? I was there for 4 months, just a quarter way through the T. God, you got any help here? Like, what are we doing? You sent me up to the top of the mountain, Mount Sinai, to get the 10 Commandments, Marxists. And when I'm here and I do it, you want me to chip away with like that freaking little small rock over there? Into that huge tablet? You know, God, the thing I really was upset about mostly is that you allowed me to do the entire 10, only to trip on the way down and break them, and then have to come back up and do it again. You know, like, you're God. You knew that Marxist was going to have to do it twice. You know, they always say, you know, things in life that you really appreciate, just do them once. You know, not twice. You got me back up there again. Grab that other rock. T. I just started the H, God. What are we doing over here? You know, what are we doing over here? I get down the second set of commandments to the bottom of Mount Sinai, and I'm here, and all of a sudden they got a freaking idol. They're there with the golden calf. And I'm like, guys, look, I just freaking broke one set of tablets. They're up there on Mount Sinai. And then I did another set. You guys are down here freaking worshiping the golden calf? What are we talking about? Marxist is going to have to freaking, you know, split the Red Sea now or something, you know? 40 years. 40 years Marxist has been doing this. You know? You guys are golden calfing it. It's times like this that I really question your connection to God, you know, and your ability to understand the simple tenements, the 10 Commandments. Go and read, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, you know, and steal. You can't. That's another one too. You guys are stealing from each other too. I saw you have another, you know, lamb. You killed the lamb. You slaughtered the lamb. You know, Marxist was here. Bottom of the freaking, you know, Mount Sinai, ready to go back up to see if I can have another conversation with the burning bush. You know, and you guys are over here bickering over a golden calf. I get it. I mean, I was gone for a while. You know, you guys don't realize what I had to go through in order to bring you these 10 Commandments. You know, I was in the middle of this, you know, beautiful scenery, right? Until God said, yeah, you got to, you know, take this word for word. Can I just do like short, you know, just T? I'll know T means thou. And I'll just do TH, thou, or TS, thou shalt, and I'll just remember that short form. We can do short form. God wasn't having it. He just grabbed that freaking rock. 7 years, 4 months, 15 days, 4 hours, 6 seconds. I'm down here, the bottom.
I'm going to fast forward a bit. I want to show you guys where this goes.
The top of Mount Sinai.
Oh, I love the intro to this bit. Hold on, I'm on.
Twice. Right? Look, I'm finishing my job here. Did the 10 Commandments, double-decker style. I'm just getting out of here. I'm going to go wash up. You know how freaking disgusting I am after being up there for 7 years, 4 months, 16 days, 4 hours, and 16 seconds? You know? So I'm going to do a washeroo, and then we're going to go and part the Red Sea. Yeah. No, that way? That's fine. You just tell them I'm not leaving yet. Yeah, no, everybody come on this way. This way. So guys, I prayed to God last night. Look, I did the work. We're good. All we got to do is walk into the light. You guys follow me into the light, and we're going to be home free across to the other side of the Red Sea, okay? You've been trying to figure out how to get across. Marxists did the work, okay? And you remember that
when they come by and they ask you for an accounting of the facts, who did the work? Marxist. Yeah, he did it. He parted the Red Sea. He came out. He was like, God, I ask thee to part the friggin' Red Sea for us, because we've been 40 years, in the desert. This is the way God wants it. But don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Remember what we did on the 10 Commandments? When I went up to the top and did a double-decker style to get them for you guys, and you were all like, golden calf. I came down and smited you. God told me to smite you. Smiting you for doing it, for not wanting to wholeheartedly just believe in God and say, I like those 10 Commandments. Can you tell me again? Can we read them again? You could go and get the double-decker style. Here it is. And up there, if you go up on the mountain about a quarter way up, you'll see two broken tablets there on the ground where it says, thou shalt, and then you got to find the other alt, and you read the rest, broken in half, 47 pounds each one. Good luck carrying that, Larry. Yeah, it's not like you can't, you're a weakling, Larry. That's why God charged Marxists with, who else is going to go in there and engrave the 10 Commandments in the stone? Larry? Look, guys, it's been a true honor, doing the work. Marxists, I came back in time, full disclosure, my name is Future Mark, from the year 2769. I got a good in with God, though. He's a good guy. And when he came, he said, look, we need you to play Marxist. Go back in time. You do the work. You 10 Commandments it. You go down and part the sea. Everybody's in to the, to the barrel roll in it. Like I told you guys, bring your surfboards. Bring your surfboards. Bring a couple boogie boards. Some of you want to body surf. You could body surf through. Like I parted it. I did the parting. All you got to do is have the good time now. You get across the other side. Everybody's smiling and dancing in the streets, and then the sea is going to just crash down on, on the army.
All right, I'm going to fast forward this. So just so you see how this goes here.
Then he did the work. Right? I did the work. So what do they have for me? Back to 2769 for a new assignment? God almighty. After doing all the work. Again. Now, guys, look. I hope you miss Marxists. Again, you're going to have some fraud show up here. Hackaroo shows up and pretends he's got a connection to God. Pretends that he knows the scriptures. I knew the scriptures. I did 10 Commandments. Right? And you guys are all better for it. So, at least wish me well. I gotta go back to the portal. 2769. It's calling. It's waiting for Future Mark. Marxist. I'm gonna miss the name Marxist. Guys, 40 years. Yeah. You're doing it for 40 years in the desert. As one name. And then you have to go back to the future and, take on a new character. Take on a new persona. And do something amazing, so then history looks back and says, we have that, thanks to Future Mark. Anyway, guys, I guess all I could say is, God bless. Red Sea, you can close now. Oh, gosh almighty. Joanne! I got pushed back through that time! They really didn't want me to stay and do it as Marxist. Parted the Red Sea, and then they're just like, God, bud. Whatever. Yeah, Joanne, can you get me a Fresca? Joanne, I'm back. What do we have? Anything new today? No, I don't even want to get into this last one. I was there, freaking Stone Ages, climbing mountains. I had to do, you ever heard of the 10 Commandments? Of course you know about the 10 Commandments, Joanne. That's record here, historical record. The 10 Commandments. Marxist, I did it. I was there with rocks.
Yeah, God, he's like, you know what? Why don't you, instead of taking it, because I just like engraved it on stones onto tablets for you, to then just journey your way down in order to teach my message. Give the words of God to the people. I got down to the bottom, Joanne, they had a freaking golden calf. Yeah, no, and they weren't listening at first. They're like, we like our golden calf. I'm like, you don't go golden calf when you got the 10 Commandments deal. No, and you don't even know the worst of it. They made me do it twice. And when I mean they, because God is the Holy Spirit. And, you know, me, myself, and I. And you were there. And all of a sudden the burning bush is telling you, it's just not good enough. You know, you can't just mend it. You can't mend a broken tablet of the 10 Commandments. You're going to have to redo it from scratch. So I did it. The gift, you know. But I'm living in it.
All right, we're pushing it forward here.
That, Joanne? No, Joanne, I'm going back to 2769 soon, but I'm still here, I gotta finish, you know, the painting. The rouge, because he's coming in for it, and I have to make sure this one goes out with Leo Marco on the bottom. I'm not letting Leonardo put his name on the bottom of this one. This is a Leo Marco deal, you know? Gosh almighty, what is this, how many times now have they just been like, hey, can you do me a favor and give this one to the guy who's having a bad one? Look, I'm sorry. You can't always be knocking him out of the park like Leonardo da Vinci, you know? And you can't take a win from a guy and give it to a loser, you know? You're giving it to a freaking loser. Freaking Leonardo, you know? No, that's fine. I'm just going to let it happen at this point, you know, because I'm just getting used to it. I'm just getting used to getting steamrolled after I do the work. No, fine. You're not going to go find the person so I can murder him. I guess I have to go out and look for him myself. God, shoot. Whew. Okay. I still got it. Joanne! Shut off the portal. I'm back. Oh, gosh almighty, Joanne. I'm getting kind of sick of this gig. Yeah. Like, you got anything easier? God.
Oh, goodness, guys. This is just craziness. Look.
You want me to have that freaking Leonardo? You want Michelangelo? Come in.
This is where some of the edits need to be done. I love the...
drunk. Partially drunk. But... I just finished. It's called The Fifth. With a number 2 pencil, you know, and I showed up and I was prepared, you know. He's sitting in the back. Who's the guy in the back? That's our future president. You know, best scorer, went in there, legal scholar, and they said, excuse me, sir, would you like to run for president of the United States? We have plans for you. I said, plans for me? They had no idea. I'm freaking future Mark. Of course you have plans for me. They sent me here to do this. They sent me here to proclamate. And when you're doing it, and you're going to lead America into a future that they didn't know existed, when you're doing it with the Emancipation Proclamation, and you do the speech, 4 yeah, that I'm working on still. And when I do the 4 speech, yeah, they're going to all gather around. Hey, Abramark, what a freaking heck of a speech. Nice job on the Proclamation of 1863. Right? You know, Abramark Lincoln. I go down in history, you know, top hat when you're doing it. And you got the top hat. That's the stuff, you know. You guys, how you feeling? You guys ready for the next battle? You have to be ready. Stonewall Jackson's out there today. And if you're not ready for old Stonewall, you know, like I was here. I'm ready for Stonewall. What the frick am I talking about? Right, Jimmy? Gosh almighty. Jimmy, you do a good job, like, holding your pose. I gotta tell you, you're killing it.
Abramark? We need you, Abramark.
Stonewall Jackson. Freaking We're fighting. fighting for our homeland. We're fighting for some rice and some beans. Where are you from? Freaking New Mexico? We're here in the north, you know? And I'm sorry, guys. Abraham Mark Lincoln doing it, 16th president. I forgot my top hat today. You know? But we're here. We're doing our best anyway, trying to rile you up for good old Stonewall Jackson. He's out in the field today, guys. I saw him over the clearing, and he's looking like he's ready for a fight. How about you, Johnny? Are you ready for the freaking fight? You look like you're about to poop in your pants. God almighty. Why do we have guys who look like they want to poop their pants instead of going into war and battle for old Abramark? You know? I'm sorry? What? I'm the president of the United States, okay? You don't walk up to the president of the United States and say, Abramark, you did a really great job on that Marklamation, stopping slavery. Good job, Abramark. I know that beginning always goes to a place I don't want it to go. Okay,
kick.
You did a good job.
Guys,
here
I gotta watch
in the
that kick
past.
again. That kick is one of my favorite kicks of all time. I just went a little too far, but that kick is one of my favorite. It's one of the craziest kicks. Where is it? Oh,
Stop making
the kick. That kick is insane.
war and battle for old Abramark.
Here we go.
You know? I'm sorry? What? I'm the president of the United States, okay? You don't walk up to the president of the United States and say, Abramark, you did a really great job on that Marklamation, stopping slavery. Good job, Abramark. I know that beginning always goes to a place I don't want it to go. Okay? You did a good job here in the past, but your future, Mark, go back to freaking 2769. They need you. God all freaking mighty. Yeah, I'm here. I'm Abraham Mark Lincoln. I did the work. I penned it. Emancipation Proclamation. Slavery, no more, because of me. You're going to give it to Abraham. Freaking another biblical figure. You gotta give it to good old Abraham Lincoln. Does he wear a top hat? Okay. Johnny, don't say he wears it better than me. I will slap that smile off your face. The scowl. That scowl off your face. I'll make you scowl again. A double scowl. When you don't give a positive spin to Abramark when he's losing his place here, 1863. I just did the Marklamation. You know, it's times like this that I wonder, why did I freaking pen the Emancipation Proclamation? Yeah. Why did I come out here in this freaking heat today? And do the speech of all speeches. I feel bamboozled again, you know. I did this again with Michelangelo, freaking Leo Marco. Remember the time when I was freaking Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and they did it to me then too? I don't even want to go back to it. Oh, you have that scene too? I'm sure you do. You know,
This is where Joanne's
stop making
All right, hold on. Let me go back just to that.
Mandela. Like, I knew he did the speech. He went to jail. Now you tell me I'm Mark Della and that I did the speech. You know, it's times like this, Joanne, that you realize you don't know anything about life. My entire life, I looked up to Nelson Mandela. I was just looking up to myself. What else do we got here?
Mark Della!
What's that? No, Joanne, we know you have a wheeze. It's from, birth defect. I'm sorry, I'm just, Joanne, I can't with your wheeze. I'm trying to read, like my gig. This is the gig here. You got to go back in time, Mark, again. Mark's art. I did that one. was a good one. Let me see what else we have, Joanne. Oh, no, here's one. I missed this one. Mark Jellin. Yeah, I guess I circumnavigate the globe. That was me. All right. So, Joanne, I guess I'm going to get going. I got a lot of different people to be changing history, making history, you know. I still can't get over this, you know, that I am Leonardo da Vinci and I do the Mona Lisa. All right, Joanne, can I take the... Okay, that's right. You're going to refill documentation when I come back. All right, Joanne. No. What? No, still obnoxious, that wheeze. God almighty. Oh, Joanne, before I leave, can you do me a favor and wash, you know, we're not doing leotards anymore here, but wash that cool shirt, the one with the purple. A few of these characters I wore and I really like it. But when I walked up the top of Mount Sinai and I had that shirt on, it's a little suspect, the armpits. I'm going to need you to get a little Bimenin, spray it all over it. Yeah, I bought Bimenin, you know, back in the 23rd century. You remember? They put up a fight. But then I wound up coming away with it as, you know, Luckblockchen Markolelian, which was like, he was the coolest billionaire of the time. Joanne, I got a Flickr deal going on over here. What is the deal with your stupid Flickr? You know, you couldn't call a guy? I've been gone 35 years, 40, I think we did Marxists. I crossed the Red Sea, parted it, and you know, I come back, you're still freaking Flickr. God almighty, Joe. I'm sorry, 10 Commandments, I did it, you know? And now I'm here. Marxist. You know, future Mark. There's a Flickr, Joanne. Can you call the technical service coordinator and see if he can come down and do a little doohickey? Where's the spacely sprocket? You know? You do a spacely, and the sprocket comes out, you know, and a hoomdicky, and the dick Louis, you know? Everybody's got one. And then, no more Flickr. Joanne, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. I will tell you to stop the friggin' wheeze. You know, you got to figure by 2769, there's a friggin' doctor who figured out how to do something about that. Yeah. Anyway, I got to go, Joanne. Portal, it's starting to flicker. I'll be back, okay? After this next one, I'm calling it quits. Remember, if you got a juicy one, though, I go back, you know, president storms the castle type of thing. Okay. Joanne, Flickr, call the guy. I gotta go. Whoa.
I'm from the year 2769. Back in time. He's back to the future, Mark.
Oh, yeah. So that's the movie, guys. And in the very end, I think, very, very end, there is... Oh, I guess I'm off the... what are we doing over there? So I hope when you guys are seeing the video on the upcoming... Well, they won't share it with you. We'll have to just talk about it every day and send you the link over and over and over, and hopefully we'll have a couple 100,000 people here for April 1st for Back to the Future, Mark, the full film. I think I have a couple ideas and things I want to add to it, which may be like, I was thinking about it, if I do what I have in mind, I just don't know if I have the time, but if I do, it could be really, really good. And it's already a very, very good film. But if I do this other thing I have in my mind right now, and it works out, which it could and it should, I think, and I know, it would be a better film. So I'm going to see if I can work on that. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out the way I'm thinking it will work out, then we'll stop it. But I already added something to the edit. There's a great moment at the end of the Abraham Lincoln scene where, well, I don't even want to tell you. I'm just going to leave it there for you and you'll know when it happens. Oh, goodness. I so appreciate you guys kicking it with me, especially for a little sneak peek of some of the newest movie Back to the Future, Mark, which, again, it's basically done, guys. So I'm really hoping... So I'm going to see if I can work on it. I'm really hoping we have a nice crowd together for that premiere. I'll get it up soon, so it sits there for about 15 days and gather some steam, hopefully. So Barella, my friend, kill it and grill it. Leisure number 7, Maudib, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, S. Coop, Trish Killian, Virginia, and Wharton Fissel. And if you're out there doing a lurkaroo right now, I do appreciate you. Tomorrow, we'll do it all over again. Please hit the like before you leave. Leave a comment on the video if you can. And feel free to push share. Send it to a friend. You got to go away. And tomorrow, I'll see you for day 1534 of Mark Inspires. Love you guys.
You got to go away. You got to go away. Yeah.
Until tomorrow, 10 p.m.
You got to go away.
See you tomorrow, fans.